Welcome to day 23 of my 30-day self-love Pilates challenge. Today is a full body practice. Get excited. Last class before the stretch class for the week, and we are starting on your back. Making your way down onto your back, and just start to extend your legs really long. Take a full breath in and let it go, becoming a little bit heavier as you breathe out. Next time you breathe in, can you let the ribs, the belly expand? And then exhale, can you let the belly fall? One more just like this. Full breath in, ribs, belly expand. And exhale as you let it go. This time as we breathe out, can you start to extend your right leg to the sky and then lower back down? We go left leg to the sky, lower back down. Now you might even like to bring your hands towards your lower belly or even your hips and thinking about shifting the weight side to side while promoting length. So trying to keep the lower back really heavy, pointing the toes. Bringing your full awareness to your internal space, to whatever lies within the four corners of your mat. Letting go of the outside world. As you be here with your breath, acknowledging however you're feeling today. Not just physically, but also mentally, even energetically. Now we're going to ramp things up, so let's just go 3, 2, on 1, lower the legs all the way down. Bring the hands down by the side if they're onto the hips. Can you take a full breath in, extend your right leg to the sky, and then left leg as you breathe out. Now we're going to go the opposite way, so we're going to lower as you breathe in, exhale as you lift to the sky, lower, breathe in, exhale as you lift to the sky. Now all of a sudden, things start to say hello, and if they don't just yet, don't worry. Just let things happen, let things be. Inhale, lower. Exhale as you lift. Now we're not trying to touch the ground per se, rather focus on length. So wherever you start to feel shaky, pull everything back to center. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, keep both legs to the sky. Bring the hands behind the right calf or the ankle, whatever you can reach for, and lower your left leg. Really pull the knee into the chest and find your crunch. We're going to change the legs, pull it in, and then change the legs, pull it in. So moving really slowly here. And can you start to think about your inner thighs trying to kiss as you change the legs? Now this can always be done with your head down, but it's the last class of the week before we stretch. So if you have any energy inside you, I invite you to use it. And let's just go for 10, 9. Can you crunch up a little bit higher? So 8 each side. 7, 6. Nearly forgot to count there. 5, 4 more, 3, 2, last one, and then hug the knees into the chest, lower the head. Allow the legs to become really long, just like you did before. And this time, can you bring the hands to the sky, palms facing in. Take a full breath in. And as you exhale, can you start to tuck the chin to the chest, rolling yourself all the way up. Taking a forward fold at the top, breathe in. And then exhale, rolling through your spine. Roly-poly, all the way back onto your mat. Inhale, hands come either overhead or just to the sky. Exhale as you roll yourself back up. Now we have been working on our roll-ups throughout this challenge. So maybe by now you're like, yeah, I love them, I can do them. But remember, you always have options in your practice. One option is just to roll halfway, like so, Another option is to start seated and roll halfway and back. You can always bend the knees, play around, be really curious, and just find shapes that suit you today. Maybe just not feeling a roll up today, you don't have to do it. But remember your why. Remember what brought you to your mat. Especially when things get a little bit sticky, use them as your guide back home to the body. Now wherever you are, can you start to meet me onto your back? And we're gonna add a little bit more of a challenge. So from here, as you breathe out, can you start to lift your right leg up and then slowly lower back down. We're going to the left leg, full breath in. Exhale as you lift the left leg, press the right heel to the earth, and then lower back down. Now a few options here. You can bend the knee, like so, and back. Or you simply just lift the leg slightly as you roll up. Think about where you'd like to feel this. Hopefully it's in the abs, because the abs for me are talking loudly. In fact, they're singing a lot. And I'm going to join in on the karaoke and sing louder. Let's go for another 5. 4 more. Keep reaching any amount you can. This is 3. Oh, things are getting a little bit harder now. 2. On 1, finish whatever leg, whatever variation you're doing, and then come all the way back down, just bringing the arms overhead and taking a little shake. Can you start to bring the knees into the chest, hands on top of the shins, and just, or underneath, whatever feels better, and just start to rock and roll yourself up. Coming all the way up and over. Plant the feet down, plant the hands down. Fingernails are facing the same way as your toes. Now your heels can be slightly away from the knees, they can be under. It is a personal preference. Play around with it. Take a full breath in, and as you breathe out, can you lift the hips by pressing into the hands and the heels, and then slowly lower back down. Press into the heels and the palms, lift and lower back down. Now you can have a soft bend through the elbows here. Otherwise, can you think about straightening the arms as you really ground down into the palms and then tap. Oh, I love this shape. It's like a little stretch. Let's go 5. We are starting to layer in 4. We're gonna add a single leg. I'll talk you through it, so don't worry. Let's go 3. Last 2. On 1, can you lower all the way back down? Now from here, we're gonna lift your right leg up. Point the toe or flex, it is a personal preference. Press into your left leg, lift and lower. Lift and lower. Now your 2 knees can stay in line, but keep pressing into the left heel. It's kind of like a single leg bridge, but a little bit harder through the shoulders. Let's go 5. We're changing sides. In 4. Let's go 3. Last 2. On 1. Lower all the way back down. Bend the right knee. Maybe take a little bit of a roll through the wrists. And then we're going to come up onto the left leg. So left leg is pointed and long. Pressing into the right heel. Lift. Lower back down and tap. Lift. Lower back down and tap. Can you think about your lower belly pulling in as you lift and lower? We're here for 5. We have a little surprise finish in 4. Not the whole class, by the way, just this series. Let's go 3. 2. On 1, can you hold? Now lower your left leg. We're gonna march right and then left. Right and left. Keep drawing the belly button up and in as you keep alternating side to side. 10, 9. Let's go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, lower the hips, roll the shoulders. Take a little boogie break, a little dance break. And we're gonna come onto your knees. So coming to find a low kneeling position. Take a full breath in and then just lift the arms, lift the hips as you breathe out. Bring the hands down by your side and then lift them back up. Let's do one more like this. Coming all the way down and back up. Start to bring the hands behind your head, elbows wide. Right hand's gonna come down and then right hand's gonna reach over to the left. Right hand down, right hand overhead. Now you can bring your knees out a little bit wider. And can you think about moving through your waist, side, up, side, and up. Get a nice little stretch in this shape. Option is to always stay here. Otherwise we are adding on in 3, in 2, on 1. Bring both your hands behind your head just for the reset. Can you bring your right leg out, plant the foot down and open through the hips. We're gonna come down with the elbow and then we're gonna reach overhead. Down with the right elbow, reach overhead. So now we're just adding a little bit of a hip stretch. Same movement through the upper body. So can you think about twisting or leaning side to side. We're here for 5, 4, final 3, 2, on 1, can you come back to center? Now we're going to be adding a little combo. So from here, we're going to come down with the left hand, right hand to the sky, right leg lifts, and then come back up, hands behind the head. Left hand down, right leg up, come back down, pull yourself back up. So really slow, controlled movement. See if you can even just stay onto the left fingertips as you lift the right leg and lower. Now we're going to stay down in 3. Let's go 2. Staying all the way down, left hand or left fingertips, and just lift and lower the right leg. The right spirit fingers are active, or they come to the hip, whatever feels better. Let's go 5, 4, final 3, happiest thoughts in 2, surprise on 1, little pulses for 10. Stay with your breath, let the leg be heavy. Breathe it out for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, lower all the way down, rolling through the shoulders. Take a deep breath in and deep breath out. A lot of the time when I give you breaths, it's because I need a break. So we're gonna go back from the top, hands behind the head. Can you squeeze the glutes to open the hips? We're coming down with the left hand and then reaching it overhead. Down with the left hand, reach up and over. Now don't worry about touching the ground, just want you to focus on leaning to the left and then reaching to the right. Leaning to the left, reach to the right. We are adding the leg in 5. Let's go 4. Think about where you feel this for 3. Bring all your awareness to your core for 2. On 1, bring the hands back behind the head. Extend the left leg and take your time to set yourself up. So left toes are forward, open through the hips and really plant down into the sole of the foot. Now we're gonna come down to the left and we're gonna reach to the right. So down to the left, elbow stays bent, and then we extend. Notice where your head is. Can you press your head back rather than woody woodpecker forward? We're trying to think about length through the side of the left waist here. Now we're gonna add the combo in 3. Let's go 2. On 1, come back to center. Lower the right hand, left hand to the sky, lift the leg, come back and up. So we come down, lift, back up. Think about moving in slow motion here And rather than pressing off the mat with your fingertips, can you use your core to lift yourself up and back down? Remember how strong and worthy you are. A lot of the time your mind plays tricks and it says, I want to give up, but you're stronger than that. I know you can do this. We're here for 5. We're staying all the way down in 4. Let's go 3. Last 2. On 1, can you stay down? Just the left leg lifts and lower. See if you can come with the right fingertips or the palm, whatever feels better here. But really think about opening the hips and squeezing the glutes. You're here for 5. We are pulsing in 4. Spirit fingers are active. 3, 2, hold up on 1. Little pulses, lift and lower. Keep pressing into the right hand. This is 5, 4, smiling helps. 3, 2, on 1, take a seat and just roll through the shoulders. Coming into a 4-point kneel, can you start to tuck your tippy toes and press into the earth with the palms? Full breath in, and as you breathe out, lift the hips, press back to your downward facing dog. A few more like this. Breathe in, lower the knees. Breathe out, scoop the belly, lift the hips. Now you can stay here with tapping the knees. If you would like a little bit extra, hover the knees, press yourself back up. Inhale, come down, dome through the upper back, scoop the lower belly as you lift the hips to the sky. Now let's go 5, 4, final 3, meeting me in your down dog in 2. Last one here, meeting me in your downward facing dog. Start to pedal out the feet, right to left, left to right, as you really ground down into the palms, the finger pads, allowing the spine and the back of the legs to lengthen. One more deep breath in. And on this breath out, can you start to lower the heels, keep a soft bend through the knees, and just walking your hands to the back of your mat to the toes, and then rolling through the spine. Head, neck, and shoulders, last 2 arrive. Stepping into the middle of the mat, or you can stay exactly as you are, just so you can see me. Can you lift your left heel? Hands are coming overhead as you squat, and then hands press back behind you. So lifting just the left heel, keeping a lot of the weight to your right leg for your squat, and back. Find your squat, and reach. Now if you prefer hands to come to heart center or hands to hips, go for it. The focus is your legs. If you don't want to invite the arms to the party, you're the boss, you don't have to. Now let's go 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1, can you stand up nice and tall? Now we're gonna lift the arms, lift the left leg, tap it back, and squat. So lift the arms, lift the leg, and then as you squat, hands come behind you. Press everything up, right leg is strong here, and back. Keep a lot of the weight into your right leg, and we're just shifting the left knee up and back. Let's go 3 more. 2. Last one, can you hold your left leg up? Now bring the hands to the hips for a little bit more support. Flex the left toes. We're gonna press the left leg back, tap, and then pull it up to the chest. So you can flex or point the toes, whatever feels better, but we're tapping the toe down, like a little lunge, and then we're pressing into the right leg to lift. Ooh, all of a sudden shaking becomes really strong here. Now if you were like me and you were shaking, that's okay. Do what you can. Challenging shape, and I saved it for last, so you can decide if you love or hate me after this. But let's go 5. If you have a wall nearby, you can always use a wall. 2. Now on 1, can you send your left leg back and hold? If you need to reposition. It's gonna come into the middle of the mat. Hands stay to the hips. Now can you lift the left leg and lower? Lift and lower. You can always bring hands to heart center. You're here for 5, 4, 3, let's go 2. On 1, bring the legs together, come all the way up, take a shake, and we're changing sides. Right heel lifts, hands are coming in front of you as you squat, and then press yourself back up. So feet are about hip distance apart, and start to really ground down this time to your left leg. So you come down, and back up. Down, and back up. Think about the stretch that is coming tomorrow. If you're doing the stretch, maybe you're really loving Pilates and you're doing another Pilates class, but whatever it is, hold on to these feelings, roll with them, and let's go for 3, 2, on 1, come all the way back to the top. Lift the arms, lift the right leg. Lower the leg, hands come behind you, squat. Lift the arms, right leg, lower just the right toe, squat, hands come back. Lift everything high, lower back down and squat. Find your balance, your stability. So take your time, as we are not in a hurry, not with the Pilates and definitely not with this shape. You're here for 5. This is 4. Final 3, so our last little bit for the practice. 2. On 1, meeting me tall with the right leg lifted. Hands can come to the hip. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, plant the right toe down and then pull it back into the chest. We're sending it back. We're pushing it back up. So back to the mat and then pulling it through to the chest. Keeping a soft bend through the left leg. See, sometimes I even stuff up. That's okay. As you really hone in on the left glute, getting a nice workout today. You're here for 5. We are holding all the way back in 4. Finish feeling proud. This is 2. On 1, hold your right leg back. Point the toe. Hands come to heart center or behind you on your hips. Lift and lower the right leg. I know, I'm sweating, I'm shaking. I don't really like myself right now. So I want you just to stay with me because you are so strong. We're doing this together. For 3, for 2, on 1, step the legs together, take a little shake. Hands come overhead as you breathe in. And exhale as you breathe out. Take a little forward fold. You might want to bring the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And just start to interlace the hands to the elbows as you take a little rock, a little sway. Hopefully we're still friends. Oh, sometimes when I plan these classes, I forget how hard they can be when I'm doing them. That's okay. We did it. And on this next breath out, just starting to roll yourself back up. Maybe hands release, head, neck and shoulders last. Rolling through the neck, maybe shaking the hips. Give yourself a little pat on the back, a little dance. Maybe you want to keep dancing. Whatever it is, I am so proud of you for getting this far. Tomorrow is a stretch. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you when I see you.